Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In this video we're talking about 3DS, SNES, Game Boy, and more. Let's get started. Alright, we'll kick things off here talking about SNES emulation with the legendary SNES9X. SNES9X came out over 25 years ago and it just got a brand new update. I'm not joking here, SNES9X is alive and well and version 1.62 just released, and I'll leave a link to the GitHub in the description below because SNES9X is free and open source. In version 1.62 there's a whole bunch of bug fixes, and if you're a fan of Vulkan, they've added a Vulkan graphics output method. Now the last update for SNES9X was a little over a year ago, back in 2022, so if you haven't updated SNES9X in a while, you might want to pick up the latest version. If you haven't used SNES9X in a while, you might want to check it out again. It's an amazing emulator. And speaking about an amazing emulator, and also kind of speaking about a time period, next up we're talking about Nintendo 3DS emulation on Android with Citra. And Citra's got some pretty big news. As of Citra Nightly 1862, they've implemented storage access framework on Android. They state rewrite of the file handling for Citra Android. This change also allows for Citra Android to be updated on the Google Play Store again. We will release a new version of Citra Android for the Play Store sometime soon. Although you can pick up the latest version of Citra right from their website or even from their GitHub, which I will link to in the description below, a lot of people just stick with the Google Play Store. The last time Citra was updated on the Google Play Store was back in May in 2021, so a couple of years ago. In terms of development, Citra has been very active. I mean, it's updated almost daily on their website, so I'm glad to see it's finally going to be updated again on the Google Play Store. And speaking about updates, next up we're talking about the Steam Deck and RetroDeck, and RetroDeck just got a brand new update. So RetroDeck version 0.6.3b has just released. We've got a whole bunch of bug fixes in here and some tweaks to Yuzu and Citra. They say they've implemented new configurations for Yuzu and Citra thanks to the big config changes and the latest emulator updates in both emulators. If you've got a Steam Deck and you haven't checked out RetroDeck, I recommend checking it out. It's free and it's open source and it's based on Emulation Station. And last up here we're talking about something pretty fun and a very interesting experiment. It's called NoobBoy, a Game Boy emulator. On the GitHub it says NoobBoy is a simple Game Boy emulator that I'm writing to learn more about the world of emulation. This emulator has nothing special and it has no extra features compared to other DMG emulators. So the developer of this one, Mika412 or Micah412, says, "Hey guys, I started following Mr. Sujano channel around 2 years ago. And since then I've got obsessed with emulation to the point that I wanted to learn how the emulation works under the hood. So as a challenge I wrote a Game Boy emulator without any prior knowledge with the focus on learning more about how the underlying systems work. Currently I'm on a short break from the project, but my main focus is now the sound." I am pretty sure most of you know my philosophy. The more emulators the better, unless you're something like Egg or Damon, but we'll leave those ones out of it for this video. So Micah or Mika412, if you're watching this video, welcome to this scene and congratulations on your emulator. I think this is pretty neat and I hope you continue on with it. And for those of you who are curious about this one and possibly wanted to check it out because it is a neat project, I'll leave a link to this GitHub in the description below and feel free to check it out. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We chatted about some stuff, not necessarily a bunch, but some stuff today. Let me know your thoughts about anything we talked about today in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos, don't tempt fate, save your state.